Am I biased? Yes. Is Magomed Ankalaev the smartest pick? Yes. Do I still pick Pereira for this fight? Yes. Will I tell you why I picked Pereira? Yes, in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna make that short and dirty. Alex Pereira faces Magomed Ankalaev for a rematch at UFC 320 this weekend. Now, if you look at all the indicators for who's gonna win that fight, most point to Ankalaev. Ankalaev is hitting his prime right now, normally for light heavyweight at 33 years of age, right? That's right around the prime time for light heavyweight, whilst Pereira is 38, turns 39, so he is on the upper echelon where, of course, certain guys you might say, hey, but his coach, Glover, had a lot of success and won the title at 42, and Pereira's just 38, yes, but Pereira is a pure striker. Pereira lives from his striking. What is most important in your striking? Timing and speed. Timing, of course, you can keep for a pretty long time if you train and spar regularly. Speed, though, will vanish over time and it goes quick. Glover lived from his grappling. You can train jiu-jitsu, do jiu-jitsu until you're 65, right? That has not much to do with the age. So that's why Glover was so successful even late in his career. Pereira will have a harder time being successful at a higher age. So that is definitely something that could be to Alex's detriment, because we don't know when his speed will start to really decline. It might be right now.
Shama.
Magomed Ankalaev won the first fight. Psychologically, that's phenomenal. If you won a fight against someone, not a fluke knockout in 30 seconds where you somehow hit him with a haymaker, he beat him over 5 rounds. He won some rounds, he lost some rounds, but he won the majority of the rounds, beat him fair and square by decision. So psychologically, Ankalaev has a great advantage over Pereira. At least generally the guy who wins a fight has a psychological advantage in that area and will fight more confident than in the first fight because he knows he can beat him whatever might come.
I'm coming!
Ankalaev has more tools. Ankalaev can take the fight to the ground. Well, if you watch the first fight, he cannot succeed in taking it to the ground, but just by the threat of being able to at least threaten the takedown and being the better grappler on paper, like Anthony Smith likes to say, he has that tool to his advantage. Because I'm pretty sure in the first fight, the reason, or an addition to the reasons why Ankalaev was so successful on the feet, was because of the threat of the takedown. It's a story as old as time that if a striker faces a grappler and the grappler mixes in takedowns to his striking, the striking of the grappler, he doesn't even need to be a good striker. Ankalaev is a good striker. He doesn't even need to be a good striker though. You saw with Khabib, once the threat of the takedown is always there, the striker cannot really focus on his normal striking techniques because he always has in the back of his mind, oh, he might come for a takedown, especially like kicks, push kicks and all of that. Everything is like an opener for a takedown for your opponent. So you're very hesitant and you cannot really flow freely like you normally would, right? Like against Izzy, like against Yiri, like against Khalil. All the fights that he won because those are all strikers, pure strikers that won't threaten a takedown under normal circumstances, right? So that's a big advantage to Magomed Ankalaev as well. If you give me $1 million and you say you have to put it on someone, I'll put it on Ankalaev. Even though if the odds are bad, I'll probably put in Pereira just for shits and giggles, but you get the message. Ankalaev is a smarter pick, 100%. And I gotta say, I am biased. I do not like Ankalaev. He's one of those guys that I have nothing against him, I don't hate him, but I just don't like him. He's like, I have zero interest in him. And it doesn't even necessarily to do with because he's Dagestani, because he doesn't fight like a typical Dagestani. It's just, I have zero interest in that guy. And Pereira is a very interesting guy that I love to watch and I'm rooting for. So I definitely root for Pereira and that definitely influenced my pick as well, 100%. But I just believe Pereira, he's a type of guy that just strives under those circumstances. When he just lost a fight, everyone's counting him out. The whole fan base is kind of leaving him. A lot of people that were Shama now don't care about him anymore. At least that's what I feel like and I see.
Look at him in the eyes.
So I do think that he goes into a dark mode in his head where he just gets that different type of motivation. Same like Izzy gave him motivation, right? When he was in the bar, drinking, looking at the Izzy interviews and was like, you know what? I'm gonna beat that guy. And he made it all the way to the UFC and beat that guy, you know what I mean? So I do believe that that circumstance is great for Pereira. Also, what adds into that factor is, in the first fight, Pereira was winning every fight, taking fights on short notice, feeling invincible probably. He took so many fights on short notice, beat every single one of them, and was on top of the world. Everyone was screaming Shama. It felt like the train has no stop. He also, because of that, had so many public appearances and whatever during fight week, and the week before or something, he was in Australia and all of that. He was all over the place. And whoever you are, I don't care, you cannot focus 100% on a that important fight if you are all over the place. And for this camp, he's purely focused on this fight. He has vengeance on his mind. He knows that Ankalaev can beat him. He's not on his high horse anymore. I don't claim that he was on that high horse, but it would be pretty normal to imagine that if you're on the trajectory that he was, that you kind of automatically get full of yourself. Right? And if we believe him, which I do in a way that I hope he's not lying, that he was sick for that fight, that he was injured for that fight, that everything went wrong for that fight, if we believe him with those circumstances, and Ankalaev saying he had the perfect training camp and all of that, so that was the worst version of Pereira against the best version of Ankalaev, and it still was a fairly competitive fight. Ankalaev was winning that fight, yes, but it was very competitive. So because of those simple reasons, I do believe that Pereira has all the tools in the world to win that fight. And don't forget, he did not get taken down in the first fight. I don't say it can't happen now, but I do believe that added to his confidence as well in his wrestling. And Pereira only needs to catch you with one left hook or one head kick. Ankalaev is human. He can get hurt. Trust me. He might not look like he can get hurt because he never gets hurt, but he can get hurt as well. And Pereira only needs one, as I said, and I am just gonna be a believer and say, look, Pereira catches him in the third round and will knock him out. My official pick is Alex Poatan Pereira by KO/TKO round number 3. I know this is a very risky pick, an unpopular pick as well, but I am a little bit biased. I am a believer, and I just hope as well that I am right. So this is my breakdown why I think Pereira will win that fight. All the pros and cons as well. Write your opinion in the comments, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, would appreciate that. Check out my merch, bloodsport.net, worldwide free shipping with the code FREE if entered at checkout. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.